Sometimes your expense report may be denied and returned to you for more information. The BSC recommends you check the status of your expense reports weekly to ensure that you modify any denied expense reports in a timely manner. If an expense report has been denied, you must review, modify, and resubmit it before it can be reviewed for approval. This module will show you how to modify any reports that have been denied. To check whether any expense reports have been denied, begin by clicking SFS Applications from the SFS homepage. As you are working, remember to save periodically, as SFS times out after 20 minutes. Click SFS Financials. Click Employee Self-Service. Next, click Employee T&E Center. Under Expense Report, click Modify. This will allow you to check whether expense reports you submitted have been denied and, if they have been denied, to modify the expense report so that it can be resubmitted for approval. You will be directed to the Expense Report search page. You can click the Minimize button of the menu pagelet to get a better view of your expense reports. You can use the Search By drop-down menu to indicate how you want to search for your expense report. For example, you can search for it by report ID or employee name. Once you have entered the relevant search for your expense report, you will see a list of expense reports that have a report status of pending. Reports that are pending require further modification from you. There are two reasons why a report would be pending. The expense report has been denied by your supervisor because it requires more information or editing of existing information. You must review the report, make the necessary modifications, and resubmit it before it can be reviewed for approval again. Or, you saved an expense report to edit at a later date and did not submit the report yet to the supervisor's work list. Click the report you want to modify. Once you have entered the report, you can see whether it has been denied, who denied it, and why it was denied. You can click the reason for denial to view the complete details of the reasons for denial. This information will be displayed in red. Once you click the reason for denial, you will be directed to a page where you can see the name of the approver, the action, what date and time the action was undertaken, and comments explaining why the report was denied. Click Return to go back to the main expense report page so you can make the appropriate adjustments and edits, and, if necessary, add any attachments to your report. The adjustments you have to make to resubmit the expense report will depend on the reason for denial. Some of the most common reasons for denial include: receipts are not attached to the expense report, travel dates are not filled in, normal work hours are not filled in, mileage is not specified, missing times for extra meal eligibility. There are other reasons for denial that were not mentioned here. Make changes in your expense report as indicated by the denial comments. To review how to correctly enter all the fields in an expense report, see the Creating an Expense Report in SFS using a blank report module. Once you have completed making your changes, click Check for Errors. If there are no errors on your expense report, click Save for Later. It is important that you click Save for Later before submitting your report. If you do not click Save for Later, SFS may not save the most recent changes you made to the expense report. Once you have saved your changes, click Submit. This will resubmit the expense report to your supervisor's work list. The expense report confirmation page gives a summary of the expense report you are submitting. Click OK. Congratulations! You have successfully completed modifying an expense report after it has been denied.